This is Shuckle's tank, and he's long overdue for an overhaul. So we're going to be moving him out of this 10 gallon into this 40 gallon. That was almost disastrous. Don't sit on the side of your tank. That should be pretty self-explanatory. Clearly not for me. We're gonna start by moving Shuckle's tank from where it is, this little one I'm sitting in front of. I want to get him out and down out of here. That way I have some room to work around, because this tank, the 40 gallon, is gonna take up probably the whole bottom shelf over here. So we'll get that out of the way first. Maybe let's take some water out of this first so I don't absolutely destroy my nasty water bucket. It's been just filling up over time. And then that's my dog. That's about all I'm going to take out of there, because I have to get this bucket, which smells like death, across my nice finished side of the basement to dump it out, because that's where we're at in terms of the fish room. Working on getting a, holy moly, that smells wretched. Working on getting a new space built. All in time. We're going to do this as gently and carefully as possible. Very heavy and very gently down. Nice. I have one more heater hooked up in there. We'll slide Shuckle's old home over, because we will be using some of that. Okay, we got everything moved and pretty much in place where I want it. We'll get this tank moved up there and then start making it a real home, because his current home was a temporary solution that lasted way too long. We got his tank in place. We got rocks, everything from his old tank, and I'm probably going to use some of the wood from here that has been in the tanks before. I'm thinking this big log, trying to make a basking area out of that. But what I'm thinking is I kind of want to have this built more tall in the center, with like space around for him to swim and kind of exist, and then he can kind of bask through the middle there, and then somehow have the log come up onto a pile of rocks. We can climb up on that and then bask right on the log. Kind of somewhat natural with the fiberglass background. Alright, so I did a test fit of this log, and it actually fits in here pretty well for what I was thinking. The water can come up to about here-ish, and then he could swim up and bask right on the light, so that I can use this support here for his light there. And now I just gotta kind of fill in. Maybe I'm thinking make this more the high point over here, fill this in with rocks, and then just kind of have this free open area around, and then just kind of make that into something. So I grabbed some of the stuff I grabbed his tank rather, so we can use some of this in here in the new setup. That just kind of building up his bed for me. See anything that was happening there, so what we've done is put these one log, one stick kind of built up into this mound of rocks, and then it'll be so he can kind of swim up and then bask right here on the log. The rest of this will get filled in with some substrate. I have a couple of rocks holding this down in place. The feeling that this larger one is definitely going to float away. That one should be fine with the substrate going kind of over it and being held down at the bottom of the pile of rocks there. We're going to go down with a layer of the Fluval Bio-Stratum in case I want to add plants to this later. I'll lather this on the bottom and then come back through with a mixture of sand and gravel. Eventually I can see myself wanting to put some grass in here and maybe some taller plants over here, just to fill it out and make it more of a actual habitat for him. Or her. Honestly, I don't even know the gender. We shall see. Alright, now we're going to go in, like I said, with some sand and gravel. And then nice and gently just this one across. drop in his heaters and his filters, and then we can start to fill this. I guess before I get it fully filled up, I should probably put his actual good light up first. That way I'm not doing that over water. I have more water going into I think it's a 40-gallon bucket. I fill that up from the hose, put some conditioner in it, and then I go in with everything. I don't have a well anymore, so I have to condition my water. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna do the light real quick. Might as well get that out of the way. So this is what I got, heat and UVB, because he's a painted turtle. I got one of those cheap Amazon UVB LED lights, and it just like really doesn't, I don't trust it. So I've been wanting to do this and upgrade his tank for a while. So at least now I know he's getting exactly what he needs. I've got 2 plugs, that's interesting. 2 plugs, comes with some sorting out string, and then, oh, geez, these bulbs are glued into the bottom. Basking light and a UVB light. So I'm gonna go check the water, make sure that doesn't overflow, and I shall be back. All right, so what I'm gonna do is use this hangy part here, and then this thing here, and zip tie it up. I think I should be able to do it with one, depending on where I position it, but let's go ahead and give this a go. Wow, this feels like it's gonna be way too far down. Hang on. My zip tie's upside down. Let me see how tight up I can get this. That works there. It's right about where I wanted it to, so that should be good. All right, let's figure out. Small problem setting up the light. My thing broke. Oop, there goes the other piece. I don't know if I screwed it in too tight and then it just snapped or what, but UVB light down. Basking light's fine, so I'll have to get another one of these and get that set up. Now we have more water going in. We'll get that filled up, get him transferred over. We got water in here. So now we're gonna go ahead and put Shuckle in. His heat lamp, UVB light, of course, since I showed you that was broken, is not in there. I'll order a new one and get a replacement, but we're looking a whole lot better than his little baby home. I know my glass is not clean, forgive me. I'm gonna grab Shuckle. My little baby. Put him right on his basking spot so he knows where to go. Here, oop. He's hopped off. Go explore your new home, little guy.